subscribe to James the Sheriff Dixon, you motherfuckers.
So, I got Eric back here, and we're going to be talking about some. This is unscripted, like my podcast. So,
absolutely.
So yeah,
totally unscripted. We are doing this, but this time it works, and we're coming live and direct, and we're going to be talking about these movies. We watched this Jurassic World Dominion trailer, and then we watched the Doctor Strange trailer, and they both made me laugh out loud.
The part you have some both things on the Jurassic World one, and I think the Doctor Strange one too.
There are parts in the Jurassic World trailer, like Jurassic World Dominion, like that when the horse is running with the dinosaurs. That's very funny to me. When Bryce Dallas Howard has to hide underwater and the dinosaur's screaming at her, that's very, very funny to me. That is hilarious.
You brought up the snow, and I told you there's multiple just channels of Jurassic Park that like this, and they don't.
Yeah,
they just gloss that over.
That's why, it doesn't make sense. There's a thing apparently in Florida when it gets too cold. Chameleons, it's like a warning. It's like, hey, just so you know, if it's freezing, chameleons will freeze and fall out of the trees. How can dinosaurs survive in snow place?
Well, if you remember in the fourth one, Dr. Wu said that they weren't really they were a combination of everything.
But it doesn't. But frogs. They're still cold-blooded.
They're still lizards, though.
Right. Yeah. Are frogs cold-blooded? Because that's the thing they spliced them with, right?
Yeah, frogs and but in the fourth one he gets really crazy with the Indominus stuff. Yeah.
Is the fourth one canon?
Jurassic World. Yeah, it's the Jurassic World one.
So Jurassic World is canon. Okay. Yeah. Frogs are cold-blooded. Okay, so then you told me in the middle of that trailer that there's a rival company. Is that why there was a dinosaur that you could shoot a gun, but it didn't shoot a gun, it shot a dinosaur or whatever?
Oh, we're talking about from the one with the little girl let them all free or whatever.
Yeah. Wasn't that?
That was that company that captured them. Yeah.
So is that company still involved, and they made a dinosaur with feathers?
Yeah, more accurate. Yeah.
It seems so strange to me that they would specifically. Do you think that there's something better about the feather dinosaur?
Not really. I think what they were doing with their own graphics is better.
It's just all right, well, this one's got feathers. I think people think that, now, I think popular opinion is well, dinosaurs had feathers. But I think that maybe, dinosaurs were around for such a long time, and not all of them had feathers all the time, and then they became chickens. So what we're seeing, sometimes you get big, strong dinosaur, no feathers, and then other times you get dinosaur feathers closer to chicken.
Yeah, so a mixture of the original ones and then a mixture of the new ones, yeah.
Right. Very weird. Okay, so Jurassic World Dominion. You were telling me that the people who were involved,
the actors, yes.
Had a hand in writing the script.
Sam Neill went on an interview and said him, Jeff Goldblum, only the original ones had a say in it.
Right, but my gut reaction to that I told you immediately was, do you know that they didn't write the first Jurassic Park? They were simply in it.
Yeah, it was mainly Steven Spielberg that did it.
Right, yeah. Which is important to note. Very important to note that it was Steven Spielberg. And unless Steven Spielberg is writing and directing this next one, I don't really care what Jeff Goldblum has to say for story beats.
Especially after the last Independence Day.
Dude, I forgot about that other Independence Day. Oh, no. Oh, boy. It feels like that's what they have to do. It's just we have all this old IP. But it's so weird. I hate this. This is the thing that bothers me the most. We have to trot out all these old IP because people already know them.
Yeah.
So they're we'll cash in and make a quick buck off this thing.
Disney made we were talking about No Way Home. Now everybody's going to try to copy that off this summer.
Yep.
And bring everybody back from all their old movies.
Yep. And so it's just like, oh, we're gonna like reboot this stuff, and it's like, well, I don't care. I like the original thing, but like I can't be bothered to care about like this. I don't know.
Yeah, you
It's just
go back and rewatch the original thing because you have so many platforms. Yeah.
yes, yeah. It's like make like a new thing. But that like this Marvel stuff would have happened if
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Very weird. Very very
You
weird
can jump
to
into
me.
Marvel now if you want to.
Yes, Doctor Strange trailer. Very weird. Buff Benedict Cumberbatch.
And then you said something about Sam Raimi coming back weird. So,
I'm not. I think I have to look up all of his movies right now. But I think I'm not a big Sam Raimi fan.
I didn't bother to go back to rewatch any of the original Spider-Man movies. All my friends did, and they all said they were like...
They don't hold up.
Yeah, they don't.
They're really good movies for 2002.
yeah, the early
Which is...
Yeah.
That's 20 years ago, man. Like, kids who were born in 2002 can almost, like, drink. So, like, really consider that. You know what I mean? Like, really think about... Like, they were very good for 2002. I just look at, like, sort of what Sam Raimi does in general, and it doesn't grab me. It's all very... what am I trying to say? I feel like he directs in a style that is campy and could lend itself to Doctor Strange, but did not lend itself to Spider-Man in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, I'm looking at his movies now. He did the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah. That's what he's known for. Like that's him. Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, Drag Me to Hell. He does fun horror, but it's campy horror. It's not like this atmospheric, like all that's like it doesn't do that. And so like if you go back and watch Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 and stuff, and I guess Spider-Man 3, I mean whatever, they're very campy in a way that's like I don't find enjoyable. I don't like that in film. That's just me. Like, I know other people do. I know other people really like it. But, man, it's just, like, not my speed at all. So, when I heard he was doing this, it's like, oh, okay, this is...
You might see what, like, other people think of it first before you, like...
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of, like, if I hear... It's visual, like, if I hear the same reviews as, like, the first Doctor Strange, where it's like, well, it's like an okay movie, but, like, visually, wow, it's really cool. It's like, that's great. But, like, we have to get beyond that, and we have to, like, unfortunately for this movie, we have to make a movie that isn't just what it looks like, tying a bunch of things together and making you sit there.
Yeah, I was telling you, like, this is, like, going to tie in, like, the Loki show, the one, like, shows from Marvel these, like, last 2 or 3 years.
But doesn't that feel like it's all it's gonna do? Like,
That's why I'm one of those people that, like, extending stories, so that's why I'm liking it.
There you go. I mean, I guess I just don't, it's not my kind of, those are the comic books I didn't read. You know what I mean?
I haven't really seen a Marvel comic book either, I've only seen all the movies.
Like, I mean, I used to collect, like, probably 2004 through, like, 2007 or 8 or 9, somewhere like around there, probably like 2009. I had weekly polls, I read comics and all this stuff, so like Marvel Zombies isn't super compelling to me because I already
it happens.
I read all that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't need to see it on the big me personally, I don't need to see it on the big screen. It's sort of like I don't mind when things sort of like live in like their own lane.
I heard you talk about Marvel is like anything after Endgame you pretty much don't really care about.
Oh yeah. No, they not like any of it's bad. It's just not
like worth like this. Like this
like how long is this movie gonna be? Have they said how long the range is?
I think it's almost 3 hours.
I mean, I don't want to spend that much time with this character. That's all.
You see, that's where
Doctor Strange became my favorite after they killed Iron Man.
Oh wow! Wow, really?
Wanda's my second favorite after him.
Wow. Huh. That's very interesting. Then I guess you do want to spend that much time with this character.
Both of them.
Yeah. Like you see them both, and you're like, hell yeah, give it to me. I guess that's I guess that's the difference here, because I don't know. What have they talked about the new Thor movie at all?
It comes out, I think we looked this up last time. It comes out in July. They haven't released anything yet, but I know it's coming around that time for them to release something.
Yeah. This is going to sound contradictory to what I was saying about the Sam Raimi stuff, but I really enjoy all the Thor stuff with Taika because it is...
I agree with you on that one, yeah.
Sam Raimi does camp for serious stuff or for like other genre.
Yeah.
Taika does straight comedy, and this is comedy, and I will, just based on the honestly, based on the last Thor movie, I will see this Thor movie. That's how much I liked it.
After Endgame, I really want to see what happens to Thor 2. So, like the way because the Guardians are going to be in it.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because the...
Oh!
Yeah,
no, I know they're like hanging out or whatever. I didn't consider that they would be. Oh, then I'm all the way in. That's super cool.
He's a part of the Guardians now. Like the director of the Taika Waititi already said that, they're going to be in it.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, then I'm super in.
So yeah, I just looked up the runtime here for Doctor Strange. It's 2 hours.
It's only 2 hours?
Oh yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, I think it's after all those reshoots that they did. I read that Benedict is still doing reshoots right up until the 2.
What? It comes out in like a month.
Yeah, no, I just saw an article saying he's still doing reshoots.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
They had like more cameos and stuff or whatever since the popularity of the cameos in No Way Home.
Did they not? Does Marvel not know that that's all people want?
Yeah, it's cameos. They just figured that out after No Way Home.
How? How did they not know that for the last 8 years? Like how? Like that's all anybody
I
wants.
think they were just building up that story for the Thanos thing, and then after that, they were like, they'll do whatever they want.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, I mean that's all anybody wants is just I'm watching this thing and I know who that is. Like that's
like Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, like I know that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the but that's what did the best in comics. Also, is when you had like big crossover events.
Yeah.
Like that. Every time it was like, oh, Batman's in the Superman comic, you'd be like, oh, that's okay. Let's see what happens. Like you want to see these people like. Doesn't even necessarily have to be like teaming up, just sort of like in the same area together, and you go,
just
ooh.
like show a scene of like them doing something, and
Yep. Yeah, it's that. So it's like interesting that they are like doing reshoots to include more cameos is very interesting.
Because the last time I read about the reshoots was back in December, and they were finishing up reshoots, and then and because they added way more, and then they finished up, and Benedict's like, I want to do more. So he's doing more 2 months before the movie comes out. So
Oh my god! Wow.
There's gonna be a lot of characters in this. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. So, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of characters. I like the evil Doctor Strange in the trailer, where it's just Doctor Strange, but he's squinty and has a longer goatee.
That's the Doctor Strange from What If.
Oh, really?
The Supreme Strange. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
These What If
And then-
we were talking about the
Right.
zombies. The What If zombies is being tied into this too. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And again, I know people who are very excited for it. I know people are super into Marvel Zombies and they want to see it and everything. I mean, I already read the book, so I don't care. Who is the big one-eyed guy? Because
I know in the comics, Doctor Strange has I only looked this up because he has like a main nemesis that can travel through realities. I think that's one of his like main nemesis that's going to be introduced into this movie.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I was just curious because it looked like this one character that was from like these like Marvel vs. Capcom fighting games.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But then I heard that we did a live podcast in Chicago for Face Jam, and we did it with new rock stars who do this kind of content. And they did a whole thing about how it's not that guy from the fighting game. It's somebody else.
Yeah, no, my supervisor, he's a big comic guy. He collects all of them. He still has all of them from when he was a kid, and he told me that he watched the trailer too, and he said that's the main, like, his main villain.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, then I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. Like, again, looks very compelling. Looks very...
Before we move on from Marvel, I want to know your thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. Because, like I said, he was I have friends and family that are very one-sided on his character as Iron Man. Ever since Civil War. I was Team Iron Man for Civil War, by the way.
Why?
I mean, like, if someone... I found out somebody killed my mom, it doesn't... That's my argument. Don't care. If somebody kills your mom, you're gonna fight them till the fucking death.
Okay, I can kind of see what you're saying there. I get it.
That's my argument, man. Whenever I bring that up, people look at me like I'm fucking crazy, but like...
Well, it's just because he's positioned to be manipulated and fucking insane.
Yeah.
And so what you're saying is, hey, when that character goes fucking nuts, I'm all in on that shit. And I think that's probably why people go, what the fuck?
But my reasoning is no. It's because like, and then I bring that up too. If somebody were to come after me and call my mom, I would react exactly. Anyone would.
Makes sense. Totally. I get that. Totally understand. I really like his, like, I thought his take on Iron Man was everything that character ever should have been. I thought it was very interesting that they never did the, like, alcoholic arc.
I was hoping I really wanted that story too.
It's really crazy that they did it. It, like, that, maybe it just seemed like too heavy, or it's like, how do you tie that up with like a little bow in 2.5 hours, you know? It's like a very real like disease.
All the, like, what they're realizing now, they could still do it, like, bring them back for one, like, you know what I mean? Like they do with Black Widow.
Yeah, it could be that. Do you think that's gonna like? Do you think he's coming back, or do you think he's just gonna be done?
Ever since his last movie, I think he's definitely probably gonna come back. Not now, but like 2 or 3 years from now, probably when when Endgame. So it came with 2019. It's almost 10 years old already.
Yeah. I think maybe you're onto something where it's gonna be a couple of years
before they bring it back. I did just want to list off a couple of movies that he was good in. Kiss His Face, The Judge. He played I'm trying to think of his name. Charlie Chaplin in Chaplin.
Yes, that's a very good. I think that's on HBO Max, and I saw it not too long ago.
If I ever bring up Robert Downey Jr. and people say he's not good at anything else, those are 3 movies.
No. He's very good. He's very good in a lot of stuff. And he was very good for a long time. And then people.
His drug. Yeah,
it's that, because you can go back to like the 80s. You go like Less Than Zero is like a big campy sort of like, you know, Brat Pack kind of a thing, but it's good. And then I think Soap Dish he gets to be really campy in also, and that's a lot of he's a lot of fun when he gets to like chew on a character.
Yes.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, he gets to really chew on a character. Sherlock Holmes, he gets to really chew on a character. You know what I mean? And that's when he has to like play it straight. It's sort of like, oh, this isn't really what you do super well. But when he gets to be a big, over the top kind of a thing and be silly, I think he like really. I mean, that's Tropic Thunder. Like, there's nothing more big than that. He really goes for it. So yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Scanner Darkly was great.
Scanner Darkly was very cool. Scanner Darkly, I remember seeing like opening night. I worked for a radio station and we did like ticket giveaway for like Scanner Darkly, so we got to go see it like opening night, and it was like. I remember watching it and going, whoa, this is crazy. And then finding out later that it's Richard Linklater who made Dazed and Confused, which is like one of my favorite movies.
He plays like you just said, he plays like a great, like him in the past before he was Iron Man, and that too, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It's fun. It's a really fun movie. I wonder where that was shot.
I have to bring up this too, because this was supposed to release on our podcast that we did.
Right.
Tim Allen stuff.
Dude. Like, we're willing, more Santa Claus into the Claus-diverse.
Like 4 hours later, you messaged me saying, "Look at this shit."
Yep. It was like we're willing it into existence. Continued Claus epics. For everyone out there, you can see more Santa Claus coming. Probably, I assume this winter.
To Disney Plus.
So Disney Plus is they're gonna do. I mean, I think last time we talked about it, it's like, well, yeah, they're probably gonna do a thing where it's just like, look, it's the St. Patrick's Day Leprechaun, and he does something in this episode.
After you looked it up, and you're like, you've never seen the third one, and you that's one of the ones I go back to the most.
So when you said that, I was fucking floored. That's so funny.
Crazy.
Insane that you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. I got a little bit of time. I'll watch Santa Claus 3.
But now that we're talking about, that's my whole channel's S. Like, each week I sit down and I watch a bad movie, and I have like a list of them that can go on. And I've been doing this for 4 years now, so
Beautiful.
I'm about
That's
to
so
reach
funny.
200 of them.
Ah, Jesus Christ. That's too much. That's so funny. How
The first
crazy.
one I've ever watched was Grave of the Vampire, and the best one I've ever seen is the Velocipaster.
Oh, I had a friend, I think, who worked on that. How funny. Velocipaster is pretty crazy, huh? It's like...
Whenever I do like a family thing with my cousins, we like to sit down and have a couple of drinks and I know a great movie that you all loved and we can make fun of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta have stuff like that.
That's the whole reason like I started my channel is to find shit like that, and I haven't found a good bad movie like The Lost Pastor in a minute.
That's a very good one. I recommend, if you haven't watched Double Team yet,
I'm gonna write this down. Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman from 1997, which is like right in the middle of like the Bulls' second three-peat like championship run. Really recommend it. It's by a director, Sui Hark, I think is his name. He's like a Hong Kong movie director.
Yeah.
He made that and another movie you should watch, which is fucking gonzo, called Knockoff. It's another Jean-Claude Van Damme movie with Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that, but I've never seen it.
It's a guy who's an accomplished director making a movie that looks like somebody who has never made a movie before just has a lot of ideas. It is... Dude, I think that you will have a good time with it. It is crazy. It's a lot of... I had a friend turn me onto it. My friend Rodrigo, who is really into, like, old Hong Kong stuff and, like, crazy, like... classically like bad over the top kind of like this dummy shot, like those kind of movies,
Jackie Chan
and
movies like that.
Yeah, like that kind of like Lady Terminator and like all these movies that are so fucking like just crazy.
The Terminator, don't we?
Oh, dude, Lady Terminator, perfect. It's great, but you should really watch Knockoff.
Yeah,
if you have some time, check it out.
I'm gonna make some time.
You should. It's a lot of fun. It's Paul Sorvino's in it, so you see Paul Sorvino in like 1998.
So
it was like, when did Romeo and Juliet come out? Because right around then.
I was gonna bring this up. Oh, did you? Since we're talking about bad movies, did you know there's 3 Freaky Friday movies?
What?
Look it up. There's 3 of them. And I just did all 3 of them for my channel.
Wow. Okay, so I know that there's the original from the 70s with Jodie Foster.
Yes.
I know that there is the one with Lindsay Lohan.
And then there's a 2018 one that's a musical.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Freaky Friday. Musical comedy. Oh. What? It's a Disney... Is it like a Disney Channel, like original or something?
They're all on Disney.
Weird. And it's like... It's a musical?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't... What a weird sort of thing to...
Just throw out there.
Yeah. I guess to remake that, I wonder if it's a I wonder if it's like a licensing thing where it's like, hey, we have to make this
once every
because
10
we're
years or something.
Yeah, we're like gonna lose the IP, so we like have to make something. I wonder if that's all that is. I don't know, very interesting. Produced by Lisa Towers, that's interesting. She produced Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That one's the least interesting ones of the two.
Ever since I found out Jodie Foster played Annabelle in the first one.
Oh, had you not seen that?
No, I said I'd seen all three of them.
No. I mean, before that, had you never seen the original from like the 70s?
Last year,
before
when I couldn't go because of the quarantine shit, because I couldn't go to work, I like watched it and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. And I looked it up.
It is. She
has like an adult voice for a kid. I'm just
like there's like a reason that they keep redoing it. The original is very good and like a lot of fun. It's like a great sort of like kids movie, but like it's not bad. So I don't know. It's great. It makes sense at least.
Everyone goes to, like you said, the Lindsay Lohan one for the.
Yes. Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis. And
Jamie
Lee Curtis is a great job.
We were just talking about her the one before this too, and I was like, holy shit, it's her.
Yep. Crazy. So let me ask you this. Now that we're on the other side of Batman and everything, what is the next movie that you're excited about?
Out of all the ones we just talked about?
No, I mean just like the next, the next thing that you're excited to go see.
I'm tied between Jurassic Park and
Jurassic Park, because like I told you, it's a movie that I grew up with, and
right.
And then Doctor Strange, because it's going to be finishing a lot of plotline holes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I was just curious about like what was coming next, where you're like, I got to see that. Hell yeah!
I'm seeing both of those right when they come out, like not like the Friday because I work during the week. So like that next Saturday, I'll be buying tickets, and they'll probably send you a message what my thoughts are.
Yeah. That's okay. Cool. It seems like there's a lot of stuff coming out. I think we talked about this a little last time. Yeah, we're kind of
past.
I don't want to say I don't want to say like on the other side of COVID because it's still a thing to be like concerned with, but we are at a thing where people are sort of like, hey, I can go to something, and I'm not like fearful.
And we can go out,
Yeah, and it feels like there is this mad rush of like, how many movies, how much money can we get? Like, what can we do to get people into theaters? Like,
and this is gonna wrap us back around to like the nostalgia shit. Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
It's that. It's definitely that. So it's like, there's a lot going on, but it's fun. It's interesting. It's interesting to see what will be next.
Now, like I said, like the last time I think the first time you were ever on, we talked about Jeff Goldblum. Like you said, I will not get tired of Jeff Goldblum.
I totally understand. Completely understand. Totally get where that comes from. He's a fun actor. I thought in that last Thor movie, he was like a lot of fun. I thought he was like under-featured in that Thor movie.
I saw an interesting thing because you watch the pitch meeting guy.
Uh-huh.
Ryan George, he made a joke like that they need somebody to fill in for the whatever his character plays. I think he's like somebody like really old in that movie, and they just hired Jeff Goldblum because he can play somebody really old, and then just have fucking fun with it.
That's great. It's just like let him have fun.
Yeah, they didn't even like write a script for Jeff Goldblum. They just gave him like that. Like I completely understand. I completely buy that.
Yep. It's cool. It's cool that he still gets work, just kind of like being himself. You know what I mean?
He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like you said. Like he's the character. Like he.
Yeah. It's that. It's definitely that. Where it's just like he is this particular thing all the time, and that's all people want from him. So really, why
change it?
Yeah, like there's no need, right? There's just no need. Like,
yeah, it's fun to. I think I mentioned this before. He does have that really like weird, interesting show on Disney where he just.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, where it's just him being himself, like with the camera following him or whatever, and it's like that's fun.
I wish they should do that to a lot more people. Because, I think I also mentioned this too. Him and Sam Neill. They have like an Instagram where they post like really weird shit. not like bad weird, but like they play like songs and do like stuff together. The only reason I know this is because I'm following Sam Neill, and him and Jeff Goldblum are on that all the time.
Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Like, huh? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you should, for Instagram, I think it's Sam Neill Props is what his name is for Jeff. For Sam Neill, yeah. And, like every now and then he'll do like a live stream, and Jeff Goldblum's just there like playing the fucking piano in the background.
That's so cool. See, that's fun. I like that. That's cool as shit. Why not?
He says that he's there because, like you said, he's been there for a long time since they filmed Jurassic Park.
Yeah, right? Like, okay, fine, great, whatever. Just do that. That's fun. Hang out together. That's always a good time. It's just like doing this, but it's Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill. You know what I mean? It's just like they probably have like the same kind of stupid bullshit conversations, and it's like that's fun
right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same stuff, and that's cool. What I like about you always kind of like stuff. You want to be like involved in that and see it. You're like, oh, that's interesting. So
that's what I like about the unscripted stuff. It could be like half hour or it could be an hour.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's it. And it's always fun. That's why I like getting together and doing this. Sometimes it's a good time. It's like once every couple of months getting together with you and just going like, hey, what's coming out, and then watching the trailers because I watch a lot of trailers, but I don't watch a lot of movies anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't really have. I don't know that it's like time. It's maybe like not energy. I don't have like a lot of like inclination maybe. So it's just like that kind of a thing.
Oh, I can ask this. What shows have you been watching lately? Like I know there's.
Dude, I haven't been watching anything. It's been like no time. Well, okay. So I rewatched Last Dance because my parents were in town, so I figured that's an easy thing to watch with them. That's the Michael Jordan, like the last sort of like run of like the Chicago Bulls, which is like it's really good. It's super recommended. Jellystone season 2 came out on Disney. What the fuck? On take that out. Came out on HBO Max, and I really recommend Jellystone to everyone. That is a great cartoon, and it's like, what if Yogi Bear had a new cartoon? It's fucking great.
Oh, I was trying to bring up. I did see Turning Red, by the way, which you mentioned.
Did you? Yeah. What did you think of that?
It was a furry. Yeah, it was a movie for furries.
That's very funny.
No, I say that because I'm going to say spoiler alert 3 times is when I want. Okay. Spoiler alert. Turn it off now if you don't want spoilers. You've seen it, right?
No, I don't care. Just spoil it.
Oh, okay. That's for everybody else.
Yeah.
Like towards the end, when she gets control of her like powers or whatever, she chooses to keep the ears and the tail.
No!
Yeah, she can control her powers and shit, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why isn't anybody talking about that part? Oh, no!
Like the last 5 minutes, she yells at her mom, she can be like, I can be whoever the fuck I am, Mom. And but she doesn't say fuck, but it's along those lines.
That would be awesome! If at the end of Going Red or whatever, she just goes, I can be whoever the fuck I want, Mom.
Because her mom's like, you got the ears and the tail, and she's like,
right.
I like them. And I was like,
oh, nobody told me that happened. Oh man.
That's when I let a big ass sigh. I was like, yeah, this movie's for furries. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Oh man, that's very funny.
Then I watched that new The Boys animated show.
Oh yeah, did that come out? I didn't realize that came out. Damn.
There's a really weird episode of that.
Really?
Where a chick gets the power to control shits.
What the fuck?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. There's an episode of The Boys. I think it's like episode 4 or 5 where, a chick... that stuck with me. I was drinking one night. I'm like, I have the time to. Fuck it. They're only 10, 15 minutes. I'm like... And then I got to that episode. I'm like, all these ones are pretty decent. And then I got to this one. I was like, yeah, this is... It's gonna be staying in my mind for a minute.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
It has the deep in it too. Who's fighting this chick, and they have this sewer battle. And I want to get into detail. Yeah, it's in my mind forever.
All right, I'll have to try to watch it. I think it's cool that they did sort of a little one-off kind of thing with each one's like a different animation style, yes, like Animatrix kind of.
Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty worked on it. Yep.
I think that's pretty cool. I think it's like doing an Animatrix style thing is very interesting. Mm-hmm. So
and then I did watch that new the Ryan Reynolds Adam Project.
Oh, did you watch that? What did you think? Is it like super for kids?
That's a word for it. I did like everyone's enjoying it. I didn't really.
Yeah. It just looks like it's for like
kids. Yeah.
Hey, do you have a son who's like around 9?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like check this out. Like that's what it feels like.
Put this on like a Friday night after school. Yeah.
Yeah. And definitely then, feels like it.
I don't know if you're a fan of this because I know certain people are like the show Big Mouth had a spin-off.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I really liked Big Mouth.
I was going to ask you that because I was afraid to because I know certain people have like views on
I know everyone has an opinion about the art style, but I think it's fine. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's the trend in animation right now of like, if it's ugly, we'll make a cartoon out of it. And I think that it's a funny show.
I'm like half. I only got like 3 episodes left. I think it's really good. I'm not going to spoil it much, but I will say that they do have Maury in it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. Okay, cool. Good. All right, I'll check it out.
I'll have the best part of the original one.
yeah. I'll have to check it out. That sounds cool. I like Big Mouth. I thought that was it's like an easy cartoon that I can just probably like the last thing I like really binge watched. So there you go.
And one last thing, I watched the 3rd Leprechaun this last week for St.
Whoa! What did you think of that?
The only thing I can remember from the second one was that
I don't remember if it took place in LA or Vegas. And then the first one, I know Jennifer Aniston was in it.
She is. It's true. Yeah.
I'm doing a thing where each year I'm watching the Leprechaun movies for my
St.
Patrick's Day special. So this year I just got through the 3rd one, and yeah.
What did you think of the 3rd one?
I definitely thought it was way more memorable and way more better than the second one.
Yeah, it's definitely like
they added that you can wish on the coins and anything can happen. When the first 2, like you couldn't, you could just get the coins and trade them in for money, and then the 3rd one was like all of a sudden, oh shit, you can do magic with this shit. We'll just run with that now for like the last 40 minutes of the movie.
It's like it's fun. It's like Leprechaun's the right kind of like.
Warwick Davis is great as the Leprechaun.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a fun one to watch. I wonder what you'll think about Leprechaun 4.
Isn't that the Hood?
Yes, I think that no, Leprechaun 4 is the one where he goes to space. Yeah.
So I watched the Thanksgiving where they went to space. So.
Oh, there you go. No, I think Leprechaun 4 is the one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Leprechaun 4 is. Hang on, let me look it up.
I was about to do the same. I think.
Nope. Leprechaun 4 is Leprechaun in space, and then Leprechaun 5 is Leprechaun in the Hood.
I want to get to the Hood one.
Yeah, definitely. You're almost there. You're so close. You're so close.
I kind of grew up in the Hood.
It's so funny. Well, there you go. We did it.
Do we have anything more to say? I think we're...
Okay, I just heard that Christopher Lloyd is going to be in Mandalorian Season 3.
Oh, I just binged the Mandalorian.
Oh, really? So what do you think about him showing up in... I don't know what he's doing, or maybe he'll be the new Baby Yoda. I don't know.
10 or 15 years. I don't think he's made anything in that. Has he?
No, not really. I think he's sort of just not been in stuff. So...
I'll see anything with him. He was great in Back to the Future.
Yeah, exactly. I think that made him, right? So, right? It didn't make him, but that sort of put him on a different
his character.
Yeah, it put him on a different echelon, because before it was you knew who he was, but then after that it was oh man, this guy's top tier shit.
Just like Michael Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars though, the Mandalorian didn't blow my mind not the Mandalorian, but Book of Boba Fett didn't blow my mind the Mandalorian did.
Mm-hmm. It was
I'm gonna be real. I didn't tell my cousins this because they put it on this pedestal, but I'm more excited for Obi-Wan next month.
I can definitely understand that. It feels like there's more to see. The thing with The Mandalorian is that it was a surprise hit.
Yes.
The thing with the Book of Boba Fett is that you had a lot of expectation tied to it.
And then the last 3 episodes were about The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and so you just have kind of stuff... The expectation, I think, undercuts, and then, Boba Fett's better in your head. I get that, whatever. But Obi-Wan Kenobi has a lot of expectation, but a lot of stuff you can kind of, sink your teeth into. Yeah. It feels like you can do a lot with that character. So, That'll be fun. That'll be like really exciting.
I have two things. For The Mandalorian, what did you think of Ahsoka meeting Luke, and what did you think of Hayden Christensen for the Obi-Wan thing?
Just sort of like, honestly, no strong feelings on any of that stuff. These all feel like...
Because because back in 2008, I was 6th, 7th grade when the Clone Wars came on, and when I saw Ahsoka meeting Luke, I was like, I really wanted that, because she is the only one that knew Anakin before she became Vader. And she did not say shit, unless that's like off-screen to him.
Right.
Like, I really wanted that. And as for the Hayden Christensen, I think the same thing's going to happen to him and Obi-Wan, that like everybody's going to like him now. After the No Way Home shit. Yep.
It's definitely like, oh, you went away and now you're back, and that's fun for me, a person who thrives on nostalgia. Like, I think that's all I think that's what it'll be. So, and that's fine. I have no real strong feelings about it. I got everything that I've ever wanted out of Star Wars already, so everything else at this point is just sort of like icing.
Especially after the disaster that was like the last two movies.
Yeah. Just kind of like, I don't know.
Even though the Emperor... I don't think I said this. I think the Emperor is my favorite character.
What? So, okay, the Emperor is your favorite character?
Well, if you're not including the games, The Force Unleashed, Galen Merrick is actually my favorite Star Wars canon character.
Okay, so, but were you like stoked in the last movie?
Spoilers and shit. I looked it up. Everyone said no, they did not lead up to the Emperor coming back. When J.J. Abrams did it, yes, he was leading up for the Emperor coming back.
Huh. Okay.
I saw from the beginning. I read all the canon books. I knew he came back to life like 4 or 5 times. He's got powerful. Yes. Yeah. So like, I knew he was coming back.
Yeah, I read all the extended universe stuff when I was younger, and then they said none of this is canon, so I just kind of gave up on Star Wars.
I haven't read a book in years, but I'm just remembering from the books that I did read that I knew the Emperor was coming back in the last one when everybody was like, there was no setup. Yes, there fucking was if you go back and read in between the lines in the 7th one.
Interesting. Okay, well that's good to know. See? I was one of those people that went, where'd this come from? I don't understand.
I always thought Snoke, they did it. Like, they made Snoke the Emperor's cologne, and I was like, I always thought Snoke was being played by the Emperor. And I just like seeing my shit come true.
That's fucking great. Well, there you have it. We did it. Another one in the books if we recorded it successfully.
No, I've been looking at my shit these last
Hell yeah. That was good, man.
Do you have any final words?
No, I'm really excited to see I think Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever, and that's pretty much all I'm really looking forward to.
We forgot one last thing, Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, Peacemaker. Go check out the hopefully did they announce a season 2 yet or no?
You're gonna have to send me a link to that so I can put it in my thing here.
Yeah, okay, I will. Yeah, Peacemaker, hopefully they do a second season, and then hopefully we can do another season of Podly, the Peacemaker podcast, which you should all go watch on YouTube and HBO Max right now. I'll send you a link.
Real quick before we end it, thoughts on Peacemaker.
On what?
Peacemaker.
Oh, for it. It's great. It's super fun. It's everything that I like about James Gunn stuff, because it's just trauma shit with a bigger budget. So it's a blast.
100% agree. My family's doing like a Peacemaker dance at my mom's wedding coming up.
Awesome! That's really fun. That's super cool.
If we do a video, I'll send it to you.
Please do.
Right, I just want to shout out an amazing channel, James the Sheriff Dixon. Oh, he's such a great guy, and he is super cool for coming to the show. I'm glad I got to meet him in person, and you should subscribe.